Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Victor.
I first want to, my name is Victor Hertz. I'm the president and CEO of Accredited Language Services. We are a company that's been in business for, as of 2014, 30 years. We do interpreting and translation and some ancillary services. And I got involved in the ASTM through the auspices of Bill Graper, Kathleen Diamond, and the ALC. And Craig is here from the ALC too. So the companies that do business in the United States and around the world have not truly been represented in the ongoing dialogue about certification. The ASTM represents an opportunity not just for the interpreters or the translators or others in the field, but for the companies to actually create a set of standards against which we all can benefit by accrediting to those standards. And I can't emphasize enough to you that this is a cooperative effort. Everyone in this room should, I almost dare say must, be a member of the ASTM. And if you haven't already considered that, please do so today. I also want to take an opportunity to thank not just Susan Amarino, but also Marty Roberts. Marty, Susan, Bill, and myself have been active for almost 3 years now, drafting the protocols that will, I hope, become the basis for the standard in F4305, which has been created within the ASTM structure. Why is this important to you? When I say you, I mean you, the users, the clients, you, the interpreters, you, the companies. It's important to you for a number of reasons, not least of which is that it will and should be the answer to the question, Bill has already alluded to this, of disintermediation and ultimately leveling down of the quality standards in the industry. Contrary to some of what was said this morning, and I don't mean to be argumentative, but I will say explicitly, there is and always has been an important value-added component in the work of a company. Companies do a lot to help the industry not only survive but also prosper. And as the companies are undercut, in part by an RFP process which is driven by the biggest client in the country, i.e. the government, but also, generally speaking, by the technology, where the promise of direct contact with a client by an interpreter assumes that the companies add nothing to the mix. We, therefore, feel it's important to set the record straight on at least 2 points, and that is really what I want to give you as a takeaway, plus joining the ASTM. Point number 1, terminology. You all are linguists at heart. You wouldn't be in this room if you weren't linguists at heart. Words are important. It is imperative that people stop using the term language service provider or agency to refer to a company. We are, in fact, providing unique services, particularly in terms of liaising with clients, many of whom do not even understand the difference between interpreting and translation, let alone what the nature of interpreting should be. We not only educate the clients, we buffer you, if you are an interpreter, from clients who are in fact only interested in one thing, getting it done and getting it cheap. Well, 2 things. So as the companies are undercut, and as the quality standards for companies are undercut, we cannot do our job effectively. We cannot buffer, we cannot protect your incomes, we cannot protect your quality concerns, and we ultimately do a disservice to the clients as well. Therefore, it's our intent to create a set of standards against which legitimate companies can certify themselves, and will give a measure of assurance to the clients that they're getting a quality product, a quality service. Therefore, we are writing within the F43 committee a set of standards which are very general and yet very powerful, because we're trying to encompass not just interpreting companies or translation companies, but also testing companies and language training companies. And anyone engaged in the language service business, transcription, subtitling, voiceover, all of those types of products, which many of you here in the room are involved with producing. If this is done successfully, and we hope that this will be seeing the light of day within the next year as an ASTM standard, and then maybe a year after that, or 2 years after that, before we'll be ready to certify. It's a long process. But if this is done successfully, it will help professionalize our industry. And that can only serve the best interest of every person in this room. This is critical. This is mission critical to the future of our industry. Just 1 or 2 more points, and then I'd really like to leave time for questions. That is, if we are successful, what does that do for you, and where does that put you in the future? Well, hopefully, it will also create a pathway for interpreters who want to become companies. We will lay out for you a roadmap, if you will, for what you need to put in place to become a legitimate, certified company. How many here in the room are interpreters? Just raise your hand out of curiosity. Keep your hands up if you have any thought that you either are or want to become a company. For those of you who want to follow that pathway, if you have any envy of Bill and Bill's success, or that of some of my other colleagues, this will be a process which will help you get there. I urge you to get involved and make this a reality. And I want to thank you for giving us this platform
Thank you.
to address you. Thank you very much.